Good morning. Welcome to this beautiful day that the Lord hath made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for joining us this morning for Monday Morning Devotion. Today will be part one of a conversation that I'd like to have with you. And it's a conversation about transitions. You haven't seen me for a while because of that one word that is so power-packed, that one word being transitions. One common definition of transitions is the process of changing from one state or condition to another. Transition is a movement. It is a passage or a change from one position to another. And earlier I referred to the word transition as being power-packed. That is because it can mean a transformation of some kind, a shift in your life, your business, your career, and even in ministry. It involves adjustments or changeovers, alterations on different fronts of your life, even modifications to your lifestyle. You know, it's easy to confuse the distinction between change and transition. But we're going to unpack this further in the next few weeks. But for now, I want you to note that change is the events that occur in life, and transition is the process of adapting to those changes. We look at Peter in the book of Acts. He helps us make that distinction between the two. Peter went through stages of transition before he fully embraced the change God was making. As most of you may know, and some may not know, that in August of 2021 put me on a journey that I didn't see coming. Having to have open heart surgery and then to be a victim of medical negligence, dealing still with the aftermath of that trauma, and then being told by the medical professionals that I had a long journey ahead of me before seeing any light at the end of what seemed to be a very dark tunnel. This trajectory has caused me to look at life from many different perspectives. It's given me a greater insight to mental, psychological, emotional, physical, and even spiritual health. You know, I've always been a sensitive person and sensitive to others when they are experiencing and attempting to embrace life's most difficult moments. But has it been easy? Not in the least. There could be things in life where one may be able to say that was a smooth transition. However, there are things that get thrown at you in life that are difficult moments to process. You know, I've said for years, and many of you may remember me saying it from different pulpits across the country and even from the pulpit here at EC, I would say one phone call can change your life forever. One knock on your door can put you on a different path for the rest of your life. One visit to the doctor can change your lifestyle for the rest of your life. One sit down in the boss's office can have you homeless the next day. Life happens to us all, the good, the bad, the not so good, sometimes called the ugly. But I want to share my personal insights and things I've learned over the next few weeks and are currently learning on this journey of transitions God has me on. I want to help you personally and purposely in the next few weeks give insight and wisdom on how to gracefully make it through a time of transition. Perhaps you've just been released from a job or you're preparing for the next one and you're asking yourself the question, what do you do in the meantime? You've lost your spouse, a parent, a child, a sibling or a loved one of many years, whether that be by death or divorce or something else. You're asking the question, what do you do until the way opens up before you? You move from the only home you've ever knew to a new city or state. You find it difficult to leave what has been familiar to you. You're thinking, what now? You get up with it on your mind. You think about it throughout the day, and you lay down at night with it on your mind. The changes at hand, the transition you're in, or the transition that is ahead. Change can be hard. And if we all would be honest, for the most part, we're uncomfortable with change. And some are bold enough to say straight out to things in life, I don't like this change, even if it is a God thing. You often say that as if God has to get your approval on it before he does it. We often miss golden God opportunities for lessons that will bring about a greater version of ourselves if we submit it to the changes and transitions in our lives. Not even realizing that sometimes we're blinded by our own arrogance or a false sense of who we are or who we are trying to become outside of God's plan for us. That the change upon you could be a life-giving and life-altering change. Anyone who does not like change and rebuttals in transitions when God is orchestrating it in your life is going to have a lot of trouble in life. Any Christian who cannot handle change is going to have trouble following the Lord. If He is your Lord and Savior, as many Christians say, I laugh to myself sometimes because it sounds really spiritual to say, give honor to Christ, give honor to Jesus, who is the Lord and Savior of my life. That really, my friend, is a heavy declaration for a Christ follower to make. Because when you say that, you're literally saying, He is the ruler, He is the boss, He is the master of your whole life. But here's the real deal. He cannot be Lord of part. He must be given control of the entire life, the whole life, which means you don't choose the path or design the route of the journey. Take it from someone who has done ministry and walked with the Lord all my life. Let me tell you now, you will embrace stages of transition before you fully embrace changes God makes in you and with you. Tough transitions aren't for the faint heart, but I've learned and I'm still learning that when you lay your fears before the Lord, His peace can help you thrive through any change. If you're fearful today of any change that is before you, or a transition you may be in or is in front of you, let His peace drape you and wrap around you like a soft blanket. Much can happen during a transition, but I want to remind you again that change is the events that occur in life, and transition is the process of adapting to those changes. Time is not on our side. It's your life, my friend, and it's up to you how you adapt or how you resist. You always have a choice. Make it a choice to live out Proverbs 3, verse 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. Take a deep breath and chill. Chill from fear and panic today. God doesn't bring us into transitions and drop us off at the door and leave us. While the journey of change and transition may not be easy, just know He's already gone before you today. And if this resonates with you this morning, pay it forward. Share this devotion with a friend or a loved one who could use this. I'll see you next week for another conversation about transitions.